Hi FCCH providers, my name is Daisy Valdez, a hub leader here at the Community Development Center.
My name is Juan Lugo. I'm also a hub leader here at CDC. So this video is going to be talking about the new sign-in sheets that we're going to be providing to you guys. These are going to be the new sign-in sheets starting on May 1st. So this is it. It's just going to be one page from now on per child. And I'm going to hand it over to Miss Daisy to talk about the first section of this new sign-in sheet.
So here where we are gonna zoom in is gonna be the information section, where it will state the provider's name, the child's last name and first name, along with the family child care home that the child is in. It'll have the child's information, so their child ID and their date of birth. And here you will see parent A's first name and last name.
All right, just as a heads up, the contract hours of each individual kid are not on these new sign-in sheets from now on. So I just suggest all you providers to download the class roster or print out. They are attached to the sign-in sheets that your eligibility specialist sends out. So just make sure you're on the lookout for that and print it out just to monitor the times your parents come and pick up the children or drop off, and to make sure they're within your contract hours, because we've noticed in the past there's a pattern of the parents coming in later than they should, and we don't want that to happen. So just please be on top of it with your parents. We really appreciate it. Also, I just want to let you guys remind you guys that this is a legal document, so please do not use any whiteout, and also just try to use only black and blue ink, please, because it is a legal document. So we would really appreciate that from you guys. So just remind your parents, black and blue ink only, no red, no green, no purple, no anything, and no whiteout, please. Also, these new sign-in sheets, we've noticed holidays aren't marked here, so they're just completely rid of, like they're just gone completely. So as you could see, the 29th, it is a holiday, so it's not on there. So it should be Monday the 29th. It's not on there at all. So just as a heads up, just remind your parents we are closed that day. Unless you guys want to remain open, that's on you guys, between you and the parents, but on our end we will not pay you guys. And yes, so let's get started. Just as a heads up, these new sign-in sheets do not have the contract hours of each individual child, so I just advise you to download the class roster at the same time as you receive the sign-in sheets. They both should be sent by your eligibility specialist. So without further ado, let's get started. So there's going to be 3 sections. It's going to be first, middle, and last section. So we're going to focus on the first and last section because those are the sign-in sections and the sign out sections. We're going to worry about this middle section later on in the video, so let's just get started with this. So on a perfect day and a perfect month is what I would call a miracle, because kids do get sick sometimes, and sometimes family emergencies happen and can't go. But in case the child goes every single day, this is what it's going to look like. So right here we have the perfect month, perfect day example. So it's going to be the time the parent drops off the child, their signature, the time the time they pick up the child, and their signature again. So this is all it is. So let's do an example right now. So I'm gonna just use black ink right now. So let's say on Tuesday the 30th of May, the parent drops off the child at 7:01 a.m. So then the parent signs. So let me just do my signature. And then, the end of the day comes. It's 4 p.m. The parent picks up the child. They write the time and their signature. That's it. That's all it is. Let me just do one last example. It's going to be 7 a.m. My signature, 4-1 and parent signature. And that's it. So if there is no absence that day, this is what it should look like for each day. And yeah, so in regards to the middle section, this is where it gets a little bit interesting, but it's not complicated at all. So it's going to be the same thing. So the parent is going to be putting the time, they're going to sign, and this middle section is used for if the child is taken out of the daycare during their contract hours and returns back. So let's say for this first example, the parent dropped off the child at 7. The parent signs again, and let's say they have a doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, or the child goes to therapy. In this instance, the parent, let's say, took the child to the doctor at 11 a.m. So they would put timeout 11 a.m., their initial, so the parent's initials right here, and then the time they came back. So this parent apparently came back at 12 p.m. and their initials again. And that's it. You don't have to do any reasons as to why, just these 4 things. Time they got out, initial of the parent or whoever took them out, and then the time they came back and initials again. And at the end of the day, when they pick up the child again, it's just going to be like the previous one. So time out, time they got picked up, and then signature. And that's it. So we could do one example. I'm gonna just be using green ink for this case, so you all won't get confused. Just remember black and blue ink, please. Okay, so let's say this parent came at 7:02. Signature, parent signature, so that's my signature. And this child goes to therapy at 10 a.m. Their initials. Came back at 12, initials, and the parent doesn't pick up the child until, again, 4:02. They came to pick up, and their signature. And then, okay, let's do this one last time. So 7:03, parent's signature. Child went to the doctor this day, so at 9, parent initials, and then they got dropped off again at the daycare at 11, and then again parent initials, and the parent doesn't pick up the child again until 4, and signature. And that's it. That's it for the middle section. Again, if you do have any questions, feel free to contact your hub leader, but if not, just please regard back to this video. And so let's go over the last part, which is the reasons of absence and the codes. So I'm pretty sure all of you guys are familiar with all the codes available, which is just EA, B, and NS, right? And so what you would do, so if this child is sick on the Monday the 1st, so as you could see right here's EA. I did the green ink just because this code section, you guys, the providers, will have to fill it out. So this isn't the parent's responsibility, this is your responsibility. So make sure to know why the child was out that day. So for the 1st, this child was out because he was sick. And so the blue ink is for the parents portion that they have to fill out. So make sure if Monday they were absent, make sure for Tuesday you have the parents sign for Monday and the reason. So you could see parent signature and the reason, child was sick. I know we noticed a lot of patterns in the past with the previous timesheets that the reasons were just sick, cough. We have to be more specific. We are requiring to be to emphasize who was sick, and the reasoning. So child was sick, right? Or it could be mom had COVID. Let's see, parent was sick, child had cough, like that. It just can't be cough, sick, COVID. You have to specify who was sick or what the absence was, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we could just do one example of this. So let me do blank ink. That way it could be distinguished from everything else. And so let's say I noticed the child didn't come on Tuesday the 30th because the mother mentioned he was sick, right? So I, the provider, will put EA because that is the code for sick. And then the following day on Wednesday, I will have the parent come in and sign for Tuesday the 30th. So I'm the parent, I'm signing, and make sure to have the parent be very specific on the reason. So it could be mom and child had COVID, right? That's really extreme, and there should be protocols to that, but let's just go with that for now. Okay, so now we get to this portion, right? Wednesday the 31st. We have to turn on our sign-in sheets by the 1st of every month. So how are we going to get the parent's signature? Don't worry, you could do it yourself, but it will require a call slip. So I'm going to just do green ink because I'm a provider filling this out. So let's put the child was sick again. And I'm the provider, so I'm going to sign this portion instead of the parent now. So boom, and the reason why the child was out. So child had severe cough, and that's it. And then just make sure to fill out a call slip as well to attach that to the back of this sign-in sheet. That's pretty much it for all three scenarios. Remember, this is what it will look like. Perfect, like no, they don't leave in the middle of their contract hours or aren't sick. This is how it would look like. Perfect, just time signature. If they are taken out in the middle of their contract hours and brought back between their contract hours, this is how it would look. So time, signature, time they signed out, initials of the parent or whoever is taking them out, the time they came back, and the initials again, and the parent pickup time and the parent signature. For sick days, remember, codes go right here. You, the provider, have to fill this out. Make sure you make your parents sign for this and the reason. And if you can't get a hold of the parent, you could sign yourself. Make sure you put the code and the reason as to why they didn't come. And that's pretty much it.
In addition, with the new format of this timesheet, providers will now be required to send a picture to your hub leader at the end of the week instead of adding your initials. You could either text us the image, email, or fax. You can also scan it if you'd like, whatever would be easier for you.
All right, just as a quick recap, make sure to send pictures of your sign-in sheets by the end of each Friday, and send them to your hub leader. You could email them, fax them, text them to us, and we'll receive them, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Also, as a reminder, this is a legal document, so please refrain from using any whiteout or any other pen color than black or blue. So just remind your parents to only use black and blue pens. We would greatly appreciate it. And also, we are closed on May 29th, so I know the sign-in sheets don't reflect that, but just be wary that we are closed that day. So if you want to remain open, that's going to be between you guys and the parents. We will be closed, the agency will be closed, and we will not be compensating for any providers who are open that day. Also, please remind your parents to stay within their contract hours. This is why I would say it's very beneficial to have the class roster, because they do have the contract hours of each child there. So you could just download it and print it out along with the sign-in sheets, and you could use them to remind the parents and to be on top of your parents in regards to their contract hours. And any further questions, please, you could feel free to contact us. Here are all of our emails. And yeah, we look forward to starting this new sign-in sheet journey. Thank you.